What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the 6 Round Podcast, episode 32. Let's fucking go. And we got some fights this weekend. We do. But goddamn, what a calm before the storm, huh? We got fucking UFC pay-per-view coming up next week. A whole bunch of good shit on
Yep.
that card. So, in order to balance things out, they're just like, here's a dog shit
I was gonna
Apex
say,
event.
here's a real lackluster
Mhm.
Apex night.
And then, and then even with that, and then because we also got Bellator this weekend, but shit, like,
They needed to put on a shit card before the PFL, it's just...
I know, because, getting into it later, but, like, possibly a bigger stacked up card coming soon for Bellator, but, for that, you gotta have a one with, you got no names on it, you know what I mean? It is what it is. That's just how the fight game keeps on rolling sometimes. But for a quick little mention, Bellator 298 this Friday. It's not a great card. There's really not that many fun fights. There's some decent names on it. Figure just kind of do a quick mention in case that they have some fun fights that, because obviously we're gonna watch it, but see how it plays out.
That's a fucked up thing. You say it's not a great card, and this isn't like, oh, this isn't a great card compared to like UFC cards. No, this isn't a great card compared to Bellator cards.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just realized it. Holy fuck, they have 17 fights on this card.
Yeah.
Crazy how out of 17 fights, they couldn't really pull any names out of this.
Yeah, because main event, you got Logan Storley versus Brendan Ward. We were talking about it before the podcast started, and just Brendan Ward, I'm pretty sure he had like a whole bunch of troubles with like drugs and just like different things. Stalled out his career, ended up coming back. He's on a good little, I think 3-fight winning streak.
I think it's 4.
Is it 4?
Yeah, 3 finishes.
Okay.
And 1 decision, right?
Well,
Oh, no,
yeah,
okay,
3.
never mind, sorry.
Yeah, all finishes though. But fighting Logan Storley, who he fought MVP, beat him for the interim champ, tried to unify it with Yaroslav at Bellator 291, and he just didn't have shit for Amosov in that.
Super got outclassed.
Yeah, like Amosov didn't even have to grapple. He's like, I'm gonna just box you up.
Yeah.
His striking looked
For
so
real.
great that night, but
So I mean, Brendan,
February.
huh?
That was back in February. So
Yep.
back in before the end of the year, and I don't know much about Brennan, but I'd probably root for him, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty
Logan's only losses are to Armasov. He had a split decision loss, and then but with Brendan, I don't know. I feel like he's just a little bit older at 35, and while that's generally like, a disadvantage with everything he's been through and the way that he's just like, no, I'm truly focusing on this and just trying to get the best out of what I have left in my career. He might come out like, because I don't know, his fights are definitely way more exciting than Logan ever puts on. So I can definitely see him just, I don't know, making it a bit too crazy for Logan. Hopefully, at least. Because maybe Logan might just be able to keep the pace slow, keep it at his thing, and just get the decision anyway. But I think it would be awesome if Ward could get it done.
For sure. Like, honestly, if anything, I feel like Logan is just going to go out there and try and grapple fuck him. You know what I mean? That is just like, that's just what he does. That's his bread and butter. He's a grappler through and through, a wrestler. So that's, if Brennan can, put some hands and feet on him, like you said, it could be exciting, could get a nice win. But if Logan gets his hands on him, we're in for a nice 25-minute hugfest.
Brennan's getting a knockout from the bottom. Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
But yeah, other than that, co-main event, Valentin Moldavsky, he's one of Fedor's proteges that never really lived up to the hype, as most of them don't. And he's fighting Steve Mowry, who's 10-0-1. I'm pretty sure we saw his last fight, and it was dog shit. Yeah, Bellator 290. Yeah, earlier this year. Definitely saw that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it. Like we said, it's really not that stacked. You got Dalton Rasta undefeated at 185 on the featured bout. James Gallagher back after a long layoff. The good old Bellator Conor McGregor wannabe. But yeah. Other than that, there really is not too much to talk about on this card.
No, there's not.
So that'll swiftly bring us into what we're truly here for: the UFC talk. But is that even what we're truly here for today?
I honestly don't think so, because it's like, I was saying it before we started this podcast, and I'm honestly more excited for the prospects on this card than I am anything else, because it's like Vicente RDA, like it's definitely like, you know, can be a good fight, but RDA just old. I'm worried about Vicente with him getting the fucking hemorrhage in his brain and just being out for a while. Like,
yeah,
I'm just worried. I don't want to see anything bad happen to an old RDA or a potentially fucked up Vicente. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know, and that's the thing with this fight, because it's like literally before that Jeff Neal knockout loss, you know, to Vicente Luque. If you were to have matched these guys up, like, in my head, like, that's just an easy bludgeoning that RDA is gonna take. You know what I mean? Like, Vicente is just gonna fucking just dog walk him. Honestly, like, it just But a year off, like a terrible knockdown, like you said, he had a fucking brain hemorrhage after that. It's like, I have never heard of anyone in MMA having something like that from a fight. Like, it's just like, I don't know if that's something that like should be a career-ending thing. And it's like, listening to the Weasel, like he was just talking about, for like normal people, if you have like a brain hemorrhage, it's like, I think up to like 7% that you're gonna have one within like, again, within the next like year or something like that, and then it's up to like 17 or like 20% of people have one within the next 5 years.
And it's like, while that's not like the biggest percentage, those are average people. Not fighters, not people that are fighting, sparring, training, going through camp, like
people who aren't taking head trauma on a regular basis.
Exactly. Right. So it's like, yeah, fucking, I'm pretty sure Vicente is only like 31 years old still. He might be 32. Okay, yeah, still 31, be 32 end of this year. But like, it's like, yeah, obviously much younger, 7 years younger than RDA, or 38 years old. But like, man, RDA, he's 3-1 in his last 4 fights. Like, his only loss being a 5th round finish to Rafael Fiziev, which it's like, you know, it's like, what the fuck were you still doing at 155? You know what I mean? And it's like, it's motherfucking Fiziev. Like, that dude's a fucking monster.
Exactly. Like, dang, freaking RDA is just not going away. No. It feels like,
because it's like, Vicente comes back good, and like, he could dog walk him, but at the same time, I'm just worried, and it's like, I don't know, I don't want to see RDA get fucking beat up, and I don't want to see Vicente fucked up, you know, like.
Yeah. And I mean, just going beyond like just the actual like exos and this actual fight, like, it's just weird what this could potentially set up for future fights, because like with Vicente, obviously a win here, that's a big name on his record.
Yep.
And he'll obviously be fighting up. RDA, again, great name on his record, number 10 right now in the welterweight division. That just sets him up to fight higher as well. Like, and the only one I would really want to see him up against would be Stephen Thompson, because that's an old man's fight right there, and I can
that's a really
be fine with that.
Yeah, I would That's honestly pretty good. I like that, because that was the thing with this. You know, it's like, is this just, you know, like 2 fun fighters that, you know, you can guarantee to show out for like a main event? You know what I mean? Like, it's or is like, is this actually going to lead to like bigger fights for either of them? And that's because, like you said, you know, for either of them getting a win, it's a great name on their record, and, you know, can easily propel them above where they are now. And it's just like, I don't know if I really want to see that for either of them.
That's what I was just going to say, is I don't want to see that for either of them, because it's like, for RDA, like, Wonder Boy is a good matchup, but you have so many other people in there. If he, like, you know what I mean? If that's not the matchup he gets, or if he wins, like, it just puts him even further. And then, to my point that I've been saying with Vicente this whole time, it's like, like, I'm worried about him with RDA. I don't want to see him against a fucking Shavkat. I don't want to see him against Gilbert. I don't want to see him, you know what I mean? Like, that's fucked.
I mean, shit. I don't know if, like, because, you know, if he does get a win, and if, like, he is able to fight like a Wonder Boy, you know, and, like, if he does win that, I mean, if Leon is at least still the champ, like, I don't think, like, you know, he already has a unanimous decision loss to him back in 2019, but, like, you know, and obviously at this point he'd be like 39, you know, basically 40 years old. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna favor him, like, to win that, but it's like, I wouldn't be too, like, if he's he moves back up to 170, gets the sub over Bam Bam Barberena. If he beats Luque and then beats Wonder Boy, it's like,
I don't think they'll give him a title shot though, because it's like the weight 170 is so backed up. You know what I mean? Because like we're already gonna have Leon versus Colby.
Yup.
Bilal is supposed to be in there. He's like, if word is kept, you know what I mean, he should be getting that shot next. We have Shavkat right there, you know what I mean, who's obviously gonna fight, and he is super deserving. It's like, by the time it would even be his turn, it's like, do you think the UFC would even bother with it? You know what I mean? Like, I know it's a big name, but it's like, what are the chances of him, like, you know? I don't know.
At that point, once you get out to these three contenders, I could easily see RDA, them setting up RDA with, like, a Gilbert Burns.
Yeah, that's... Throw that as a fucking fight night main event in Brazil or something, you know what I mean?
I was about to say, like, hell, if you have a pay-per-view in Brazil, you can throw that as a co-main or a featured bout, and that helps drive it.
Probably featured bout, but yeah, definitely.
It depends on the rest of the card, but yeah.
Yeah, either way, though, it should be a fun fight. Like, you know, it's just, I don't know, RDA's fucking, even though he's old, he's tough as fucking shit, man. Like, this dude is, like, for him to be able to go fucking into the 5th round with Fiziev, you know, it's like, yeah, Fiziev lost, like, you know, over 3 rounds to Gaethje, but I mean, shit, right after Gaethje knocking out Dustin like he did, it's like, I feel like that kind of elevated Fiziev's stock a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Which is just funny because, yeah, it's just like, oh, I lost a 3-round to Gaethje and just, like, goes down a little bit, but then Gaethje knocks out Dustin in the second, so it's like, oh, maybe Fiziev isn't that bad, you know? But, yeah.
I mean, to think Fiziev is bad anyway for being able to go 3 rounds with Gaethje is crazy.
Yeah, but that's...
Yeah.
Nah, I know.
I think the biggest knock against Fiziev was his cardio.
What was that?
I think the biggest knock against Fiziev after that fight wasn't really, like, oh, his fighting style doesn't work. Like, it was obviously still working, but like his cardio, it was the biggest problem.
Yeah, he
That's
just
the thing everyone was pointing out. Yeah, he had about a round and a half in him, and you need more than that when you're going up against a Gaethje.
Oh fuck yeah! You need 5 rounds of fucking everything you got.
Exactly.
But yeah, going into the co-main event though, another old ass vet still hanging around, motherfucking Cub Swanson, 39 years old, 13-9 in the UFC, has not been doing great as of recently. He's 3-3 in his last 6, and then he was on a 4-fight losing streak before that. So is definitely at the end for Cub. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Cub has even like acknowledged that, like, he's only got a couple more left at most, so.
But he's fighting Hakeem Dawodu, 32 years old. Definitely had a good amount of hype coming in, like, you know, into the UFC just as, like, an exciting fighter. But I just feel like, you know, just after being around the UFC for a little bit, just hasn't really lived up to the initial hype that he had, you know?
No, came in, took an immediate loss in his debut, which is, you know, fine. That those things happen. Then takes a loss to Movzar, gets a win, loses to Juliano Rosa. It's now fighting Cub Swanson.
Yeah. And, like, he got a good 5-fight win streak in between, his debut loss and the loss to Movzar. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I know Cub's 39 years old, but he's still I feel like pretty fast for his age. He's still got some, like, you know, some fucking fight in him. And it's like, I don't know, man. You took a fucking 15-minute decision loss to Juicy J. Like, I know he's pretty scrappy, but it's like, Cub has just fought obviously so much better people. I don't know. Yeah. I wouldn't be too surprised if the old vet's able to sneak one out in here.
No, that I feel that, like, that's kind of what I'm thinking is could potentially happen. Is just like, yeah, old vet just able to do old vet things and just keep the young buck from overtaking his spot. Like, I know he doesn't have like a spot in rankings, but like, you know what I mean.
Hell
just
yeah,
holding him back. On that, like, just putting up that barrier to the next round, just like, no, I'm not done yet. Hold up, brother, I'm talking.
But yeah, so that should be a good scrap for as long as it lasts. Who knows if, you know, Cub might just be too old, get knocked out early or some shit. Who knows? We shall see how that plays out, though. But someone that I feel like is probably gonna take a pretty bad loss here is Chris Daukaus, featured bout. They rebooked it against Khalil Roundtree, and I just don't like this matchup for him at 205. I really don't.
No. Khalil ranked number 13. Just what is he on a 3-fight win streak right now?
Khalil?
Believe so.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's going back to 2020.
Carl Robertson and Modestas Bukakis. Yeah, 2021.
Yeah, that fucking stomp over Modestas was nasty. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3-fight win streak to 3-fight losing streak. Like,
yeah, I was just gonna say, and Chris out here just been getting fucked up. It's like now, yeah, another guy from heavyweight that we see just moving down to 205, and it's like, is this gonna be good for you, bro? You have gotten finished in the last 3 of your fights.
Yeah.
Like, unless he healthily, like, you know what I mean? Like, lost the weight, got fit, all of this stuff. Like, even then, we've seen people do that, like Tanner Boser, for instance, who looked great, and then just, I don't know.
No, yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't have much hope for Chris Daukaus in this.
He's just too much on the front foot, just too boxing heavy, and he just doesn't have the defense to fucking hang with guys, like, near the top of the division at all. Like, fucking Rosenstruck, it took 23 seconds and he was gone. Like, Derek Lewis, 3:36 into the first round. Curtis Blades was the longest one, and that was 17 seconds into the second. Like,
and Curtis isn't known for that knockout power. Like, he hit him with a straight right, and he went straight down and just got ground pound for the finish. Like, Curtis isn't known for that.
Yeah, he didn't grapple with him at all. Like, he was just like, nah, I'm gonna just knock you the fuck out. Like,
right.
And yeah, so it's like if you're just getting fucking straight up beat on the feet by Curtis Blades, no grappling or nothing, and now you're fighting Khalil Roundtree, like, this dude's Muay Thai is just disgusting. He is so vicious with every shot he throws. Like, I really wouldn't be surprised if it's something like Jairzinho, where it's just super early, he just throws something, clips him, hurts him, and that's just the fight.
Yeah. I also could see it being like the Bukakis fight. He just is so heavy on that lead foot. He just leg stomp, just
I don't want that.
Buckles his shit.
I don't want that. Don't even put that into the fucking MMA world. Oh my goodness.
You think if Chris loses, he's done?
Yeah, probably. Yes. 4-3 in the UFC. He came in on a 4-fight winning streak, got all finishes, like looking all right, but just against not great competition.
Yeah, Parker Porter, I didn't see that name.
Rodrigo Nascimento, Old Man Olenek,
like
the best fighter on there was Shamil Abdurakhimov, but like even him just old and like just barely top 15 guy, and so this is it's probably gonna be rough for Chris.
Yeah, they shouldn't have given him anyone ranked for his first fight at 205.
No.
The only reason they gave him someone ranked is he's ranked at heavyweight. Like, they don't tend to have you go, if you're going to another division, they don't tend to be like, all right, here's an unranked guy.
I didn't even realize he was ranked.
Yeah, 14.
Yep, I see that.
I just assumed that he already got bounced out of it. Like,
me too,
he's still there. That is the dire straits at the bottom half of the top 10 for heavyweight is in that. Yeah, Daukaus is still in there. How have I never picked
up he was in there? I feel like I look at the rankings all the time. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt too bad. It just sucks because it's like I fucking love Khalil, so it's like I want him to win, but it's like, damn, I just feel bad for Chris in this one. Like that.
Right.
But
exactly. It's not so much like it's like one of those things where it's just like, damn, Chris about to take a loss, but awesome, Khalil's getting a win. Let's go. You know what I mean? Conflicting.
But yeah, that's the featured bout of this amazing UFC Apex card. And after those top 3 fights, it really just like I was looking at it before. The bottom half of that main card, all the fighters in those fights are either 50-50 or have a losing record in the UFC. And that's the UFC main card. So,
Okay, but you know what? I'm excited for this next one. And with Yasmin Lucindo, I know her record is 1-1 in the UFC, but she's only had 2 fights and she's 21 years old. And I am excited for this next fight because it's like Pollyanna, it's so fucking funny because she's truly just a first round finisher, and that's it. If Yasmin makes it out of the first round, she got it in the fucking bag. Pollyanna has only won first round finishes.
Fair enough.
Like, she's 4-4 in the UFC. She has lost 3 decisions, 1 actually first round loss herself, but then she's gotten 4 first round finishes, and then her early career, up until it gets to regional shit where it doesn't tell you how, has only been first round finishes and loses to decisions. Like,
yeah, so I'm just gonna assume those first 4 wins are also first round finishes, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, definitely. And then, like, with Yasmin, she has finishes, but she has multiple decisions on her record too. Like, I think she can easily just, if she can last that first round, I think that she can get the win.
Nah, yeah.
No problem. She had that. She ended up, like, she lost her debut to Yasmin Yargui, but that was a great fight. Easily beat Brogan Walker.
Yeah.
Just, like I said, only 21 years old, so I'm excited for it because, again, prospects.
Yeah. 10 years younger, which is crazy. Fucking Pollyanna only 31, which, just right in the middle of your prime. And, yeah, fucking Yasmin just coming in just young as shit.
Coming in 21, already have 19 fights.
Yeah, I was going to say she's 14-5 to Pollyanna's 13-5, so.
It's fucking Brazilians, man. They start scrapping very frequent and very early.
Nah, yeah. Like, it ain't crazy as some Muay Thai records, but gee, that's still like, damn, 19 fights already? Goddamn.
Yeah, Muay Thai is a whole different combo.
Oh my god.
But yeah, for MMA, it's like, seriously.
But yeah, and because, yeah, like, I know framing it that way, but yeah, definitely Yasmin Lucindo is by far the most notable name and probably could make it the highest. It's still hard to say because, like, it's 21 years old. There's so much time for her to go up or down, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Shit, she could fucking lose like 3 fights in a row, get cut, come back 4 years later and just be a whole different person, you know? Like,
oh, take the RDA route.
yeah, like, you never know. Other than that, though, what fights on this card are you guys looking forward to? Because
I'm really hoping that we can see T-Rex win. We got Terrence McKinney and Mike Breeden.
Yeah. T-Rex filling in on short notice for Lando Venata and that.
Yeah.
And yeah, with that one, it's like, I know he didn't take a lot of damage in his last one, but I don't know. I just wonder if he's just gonna want that win too much back, and if he just might put himself in a dumb position and just might get like hurt early or something, because it's like he is probably one of the greatest definitions of a glass cannon, I feel like.
Yeah, he feels like it.
Like, this dude can sling it, but...
Because that's what I was going to say. Like, it's kill or be killed for him. That's literally it. Like, he's either getting finished or finishing you. There is no fucking decisions on his goddamn record. Like, it's going one way or the other. So it's, like you said, just, like, super glass cannon. Because he's either going to finish you or you are definitely finishing him. Like...
Oh, but yeah, so I don't know. I hope T-Rex can get it done, but we shall have to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
And then
the fight before that shouldn't be bad either. I don't know who Isaac is. I think he's making his debut.
Probably 5-0.
Yeah.
All in Fighting Alliance Championship.
Making his debut, but Francis Marshall, just another young prospect on the card that just hopefully they could do good.
Shit, Isaac 5-0, all first round finishes, so let's
145, like, it should be a good fight for sure.
That should be at least an exciting first round. But no, yeah, Francis Marshall is good. He is very smart for, like, just a young, fighter coming up. Like, he seems pretty calculated in there. And yeah, only 24 years old, so he's got plenty of time to grow.
Oh yeah.
Anything standing out to you, Ginger, on the prelims?
Marcus McKee, JP Bias, just because, like, when Marcus McKee came into the UFC for his debut, there was so much hype on him from, like, MMA Twitter. I had no idea why, so I just was really intent on watching, when I was watching his debut, like, seeing what he can do, and I'm like, yeah, no, this guy's fucking good. And so I'm just excited to see him continue fighting. It's at 135, and I mean, like, that's just an already stacked weight class, so if he can keep making his way up, there are great fights for him up in the 135 top 15, and just right before that as well.
Yeah, and
JP buys 0-3 in the UFC.
I was gonna I'm expecting Marcus to fucking just smash this dude, because
He's going to, from what I've seen, yeah.
Like, you know, just 7-1, another fighter, all finishes on his record, never been to a decision, win or lose. And JP Buys moving up from 125 to from 125 to 135. Who got knocked out in the first round by Cody Durden and got finished by Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva is definitely a scrapper and, you know, can go for it, but it's like you said, 0-3 in the UFC, and yeah, he's 1-1 on a contender series. This is probably going to be the end of the UFC run for JP Buys, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I feel like it's either a situation where he gets hurt and then gets choked out, or he's going to get hurt and he's going to get finished on the ground via strikes. Like, that just is what it's going to be, I feel like.
Yeah, and then the last one, I feel like kind of a note to bring up, the fight, the card opener, Juliana Miller back.
Juju!
I know. She was good fun on TUF. Ends up winning it. She beat Brogan for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, beats Brogan for it. And then, I mean, even in that win and all of her fights on TUF and everything,
bro, she's so sloppy.
Her striking,
it's so crazy. Like,
she's just not athletic. Like, there just seems like there's no real power. Like, she throws everything so awkwardly. She's there to get hit and countered in every exchange. Like,
I love her though. It sucks because it's true.
Yeah, I'm just she's tough as shit.
For sure.
She's got a fucking dog in her for sure, and that's why she's able to fucking, you know, win these fights.
That's what I was gonna say. That's why she can win. That's why she can hang with these people. It has nothing to do with technicality, strength, speed, knowledge.
None of those things.
IQ, none of those. She just got a dog in her, and I respect it. But fucking fighting Luana Santos, making her UFC debut. She's 5-1. She lost a split decision. Other than that, just a few finishes. She's probably gonna be able to win, but I want Juju.
Yeah. What is this gonna be, like a first round sub? You think for Luana? She got 2 Kesagatami leg Americanas.
Yeah, I
have heard of Kesagatami for sure. Don't remember at all what the fuck it is.
So that's like that side control. Like I'm pretty sure it's a takedown from judo, and like you have side control, your arms under the head like this, and then the Americana's probably coming around like you're grabbing the arm, bringing it around like.
With your leg? I was gonna say, tell me. Oh, with her leg, maybe. Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
I was thinking, how she have her leg in her head?
Because I'm just looking at, because I saw that and I'm like,
either way, that's fucking crazy.
I got some jujitsu knowledge to me, but not that much.
And then
oh yeah, no, same.
Guillotine choke and 2 decision wins, so it's like she can go the rounds. She could sub the shit out of you.
3 fights in LFA, so that's like solid experience, you know.
And it's Juju. Like,
yeah,
she's everything we just said. So it's like, does Juju's dog win, or can Luana just fucking sub her?
Yeah, they're just fucking knock her out. Maybe, I don't know. Fucking just TKO, like, so, you know, maybe not like clean knockout, but like TKO because she's just so there to be hit. Like, oh man. We'll have to, we'll see, but like you said. I do
want to mention one more thing.
Yep.
Because I just realized that this girl's name is Monsterette.
Monsterette.
And that's cool, so I hope she gets the win.
Yeah, she beat Cheyenne Vlismus and then got knocked out by Amanda Lemos, so, you know, that's a rough one.
That's a thing.
Yeah, but that was 2021. She coming back 2 years later. She only 30 years old. That Monsterette gonna come out.
And this girl lost her debut to Sam Hughes, so that's I mean, Sam Hughes is alright.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
But yeah, that's the beautiful, outstanding classic UFC Apex card. Let's go. A round of applause for all this beautiful matchmaking, all this high-level competition, right? Josh Parisian back against fucking Martin Boudet. Let's go.
Yeah. So anyway, this means not much to me. I'm just excited for some prospects to do well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mainly the prospects.
And then we just cry at the main event.
Yeah, hopefully not.
That was
hopefully
well,
not.
Yeah, but you know.
Jimmy, I feel like either way we're gonna be crying.
Yeah, very good chance. Just double knockout, and it's just the worst.
Oh my god! Why this fuck? I swear, if it's this fucking fight,
they just both land head kicks at the same time. Oh,
all right, MMA gods, this is what we're not gonna have happen.
Oh man, but yeah, that's gonna wrap up UFC card and bring us into a little bit of review in the preview. And the first one is Contender Series.
Took in a deep breath for that one so I could yell a little bit.
Yeah, this one, we had 5 fights.
Man, this shit pissed me off. Okay? I'm just gonna get right into it. This shit pissed me off because...
Why'd it piss you off?
Alright.
What possible reason?
Yo, I'm not even trying to be a hater, like, oh, people shouldn't get contracts, da-da-da-da-da. But some people really just shouldn't get contracts. If the UFC is supposed to be the highest talent, the top tier levels, if this is supposed to be the top tier of MMA, certain people just shouldn't get the contracts, even for their own good.
Yes.
It's not even about, like, being a hater towards them. They're gonna get beat the fuck up, go on a 0-something skid, and get cut. Like, it's not even, like... So, with that... With these fights, there was 2 and a potential 3 contracts as to where I could have seen. And then seeing all 5 get given out and Dana's explanations to them, it pissed me off so bad.
It's like, because they were the underdogs.
They got that dog in them.
Why don't we just start at the bottom with Kevin Borjas versus Victor Diaz? Kevin just... They're fighting at 125. I have never seen 125ers get tired the way that they got tired. Like, that was just crazy, first of all.
I know, like, listen to people talk about, like, even Luke Thomas, like, you know, like, and Dana White, like, just like, oh, you know, it was a great, like, good fight, whatever.
I didn't see that.
I was very unimpressed with that.
Like, literally by the second round, what I saw was tired guys and Kevin swinging crazy. Like, he didn't look technical. He didn't look good in there. Fucking Dana's explanation of, oh, he was the biggest underdog on this card. Every time he got taken down, he stood up and he went to war. And I'm like, I didn't see a war. Like, maybe I'm just being too critical, but it didn't seem like a war to me. It just seems like a sloppy ass, lacking experience fight, and not somebody who is ready for the UFC. Like, that's what I saw from
125 division in the UFC.
Exactly. That,
like, maybe another division, if it was like a heavier weight class, I could see them being like, I could see them, like, you know, floating for a minute and then be able to, you know, improve and go up, but not at 125.
No, and because, you know, I know it wasn't, like, the next one on the card, but, like, because there was a heavyweight fight, and, you know, after, like, you know, both of these fights, like, Kevin was definitely more impressive in his win than Kaio was, but even I was just like, I can see them giving Kaio the contract over him just because it's heavyweight, you know, it's like, they don't...
just because he's a 29-year-old 6'4" with a 78-inch reach.
Like, you know, it's like, it's not, they have way more people, like, outside of the top 15, you know, hanging around the bottom that aren't good fighters, you know, like, just straight up, like, just really shouldn't be in the UFC. They're just there to fill ad space, you know what I mean? Like, that's just genuinely what it is. And cause shit, even Dana White confirming that they had 656 fighters on their roster in the like, post-fight press conference with it. And so, like, and that's, you know, which is like saying, oh yeah, this is supposed to be like the highest level, like, it's like, it hasn't been for a while. It's been so inflated for the past, like, 6 years, honestly.
And it's like, because you think about the old Contender Series where he was so critical of the fights, you know what I mean? Like, if you didn't go for it, if you weren't looking for, like, the finish, if you didn't get the finish, right? Because the last
turned down.
What? Because it was the last 10 seconds he shot the takedown instead of going and, like, spamming him with hits or something. Like,
that was literally Dana's exact reason that, oh, you know, we're looking for stars, we're looking for finishers. If you're shooting a takedown in the last 10 seconds, like, you're not looking, like, exactly.
And it's like, so I get to the point he kept standing up and, like, going towards it, but still, like, he's not gonna hold up in 25, and if he does, that's great. And, like, you know,
Yeah.
You know, like then I'll be wrong. Like that's cool, but it's like
always down to
we'll
be wrong.
Eat our words on that.
100%.
Yeah, exactly. I will always
100%
take being
always
wrong
down
on...
to be wrong, because that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm just like, bro, like some people shouldn't be there. He's only 25 years old too. You know, like I know there's some people that are younger, but they've had more experience. They've been doing it for longer. Maybe it's like give him a couple more years, like because we've even seen him do that where it's like, you know, like you did good, but give it a little bit, you know, go do a little bit more, come back, like
Bo Nickel.
Because it's like, bro, like with him, it's like what, like for his debut, it's like unless it's someone else making like their debut or something like that, it's like what are you're gonna give him like a fucking Tyson Nam type or something like that, you know, who's like he's been finished a lot, he's older or whatever, but it's like, bro, like that dude fucking slangs leather like anyone at fucking 125. Like
I was about to say, dude's a vet, and it's like you can't just put him up against this dude who's made his debut against contenders from the Contender Series. Like he's gonna he would eat this dude alive.
Yeah, and it's like that's just like Tyson Nam's just like the first name I can think of that's definitely pretty far down in like actual like skill level of 125, you know, and it's like that's not even a spot that he should be at, like that.
Right, so it's like, just listening to Dane, I'm like, oh, he has that dog in him going to war. I'm like, bro, you're throwing a chihuahua to some pit bulls, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no. That's the way I felt about that as well. Like, I was completely baffled by 5 contracts. Like I said, I had 2, and then the third one was just kind of being age, like, just getting them in for as long as they can.
Exactly.
That was really the only... But, like, the other 2, I'm surprised that, he got one, and then, Kaio got one. But also, like, what the fuck? How did Kevin get to this point? I'm talking about Savlarsky, not Borjas. Because what the fuck was that fight?
Fight win streak?
Yes. This dude, 11-1, lost his pro debut and was on 11-fight win streak. This dude, like, just barely did anything but stand there. Like, I don't... maybe it was just something of like fucking Contender Series, like for a UFC contract, like big moment in my career, and like it was too much for him and froze. But like that just he just barely did shit, and then Kaio just not even looking that impressive beating him. It's like
it's bad when you don't look impressive when your opponent isn't doing anything.
It's like, what, you gonna give him Parker Porter? Parker Porter probably knocked his ass out.
Right, because then it's like, even to this, even with this fight in Dana, talking about he beat a guy that was on an 11-fight win streak. Get over here. What does that mean?
Like,
he was an 11-fight win streak, like, nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, why
this wasn't even like an 11-fight win streak. Like, if this was an 11-fight win streak in KSW, that's one thing.
It was Poland regional.
These were
Babylon,
regionals.
MMA, like literally things that nobody has even heard of. It's just the most regional shit. And talking about he's on an 11-fight win streak to come in here and beat him like that. Like what? Get a boring ass decision over him? Sure, let's go out another guy that's mad boring into fucking heavyweights, and then to get ran over by somebody because he couldn't even do much to this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
so I'm mad about those fights because it's just, I don't know. I feel like they just shouldn't be there. I don't see a good future for them, and it's just crazy.
No,
and like,
and if it was at least one of those things where it was just like, you know what, come back next year, like I'd be fine with that, because it's like, I could see like Kevin like improving in the next year and being able to like actually hold up, but it's like not if you feed him to the wolves already, like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, but we'll see how it goes for those guys. But for some people that a little bit more exciting for people that are actually deserving of contracts,
Peyton Talbot.
Yes,
I'm excited as fuck for him. That fight was so good. The only reason he didn't get a finish is because Reyes Cortez is tough as fuck.
Bro, like the shots that he was eating. Like after the first round, because going into it, it's like, Tracy's brother, it's like, want him to do good, like whatever. But like after the first round, like he had a good first round, like probably won that one, but I'm just like, he's slowing down a little bit. I don't he's just already eating too many punches and stuff. Like I don't think it's gonna get better. And then boy, did it not.
Yeah, because Peyton is for sure, he's only 24 years old, and he just got it down good. Have a decent first round, but he just starts picking it up with the second round finishes, third round finishes. This was the first time he went to decision, and like I said, it was only because Cortez was so fucking tough. Like,
yeah, I was about to say, Dana White wants to talk about that dog in him. Reyes Cortez got that fucking dog in him. Like, he was not going down for shit.
Nah, eating fucking big punch. Bro, the fucking left hooks were so money every fucking time he threw it. Like, they were always fucking landing, and then just so many of them were landing so clean. Like, I'm pretty sure he landed like a fucking crazy like big knee at one point or something, but like, yeah, just beautiful performance though.
Peyton ended up landing the most significant strikes in Contender Series history for 135. How much was it? With like 100 and
like 130.
That's what I thought. It was around like 130.
130, 140.
It was just a beautiful
somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And then got his kick. What was it? His kick got caught. He did a front flip out of it, or tried to front flip out of it, and lands on his face.
Talking about he's gonna knock himself out, but no, I mean it worked. He got himself out of there.
It worked.
And
I'm excited to see him at 135.
Stares into the camera, eyes super wide, just fucking walking out and stuff, just staring again. Just starts drinking his water, still staring. That shit was really funny.
Yeah. Oh my god. This dude's got a bit of personality to him.
He'll probably be a lot of good fun.
Oh, yeah. Who is the next deserving person, Kate?
Tom Nolan.
And why was he deserving?
First round knockout.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, that shit was real nice, though. He just bro, I don't know, when like he was just in there, and like especially when he when he just kind of like got in, was just like hunched over a little bit, like, you know, threw the right hand and then just came up with that left hook. Like, I don't know, that shit just reminded me so much of Dan Hooker. Like, I just could not get like those comparisons out of my head throughout that.
Another 6'3", 70. I mean, the 76-inch reach isn't that long, but just, you know, tall as shit for 155, 23 years old, Aussie.
Yeah. I was about to say he's a tall shit Australian who won via like boxing. Like, that's kind of just Dan Hooker's territory. Like, you know what I mean? But like, like just comes up, like, once he came in, just hits him with that clean left, goes down, and then just walks over, sniper shot of a just left straight on the ground. Just, fuck, that was devastating.
Yeah, that was nice.
Moved up to 5-0 with that. I mean, 6-0 with that, and it was just like, I don't know, it was fun listening to, because like he was just so excited afterwards. Just like, that was like the first time I really got like a clean knockout, because I guess he's just gotten like the decisions or TKOs. But yeah, because he hit him, and then like I mean, it says, you know, that it was a TKO, but we saw the way he went down. It looked pretty clean.
Yeah.
And
and once he fucking punched his mouthpiece out of his fucking mouth too.
Once he hit him with that straight on the ground, he was
it was the left hook that like sat him down real good. One punch. Mouthpiece out, knocked him the fuck out. Yeah,
that shit was fucking awesome.
But yeah, just, you know, 155 is one of like my favorite divisions, and just another tall ass guy there, like,
violence,
always good fun.
Violence all around, always and forever. It's just, I don't know, just the people born around that fucking weight, that fight. It's just in them. Like,
it just hit different.
Yep. Oh yeah. But then, last fight on the card, main event. This was the one where it was like, you know, I don't know if they really deserved to like get a contract, but it was a good fight. It was a good performance, and, you know, 35 years old.
Like, if any time is the time, it's now.
It's now.
You know, this guy went 1-3 against Alex Bejeda in kickboxing.
1-2.
1-2.
Oh, sorry, 1-2. Yeah. My bad. I was thinking about them having 3 fights. Though. But yeah, he went to decision with them. He's just tough as hell.
Ain't never been knocked out.
Yeah, and like Lucas Fernando, like, he's a pretty tough guy. Like, mad finishes on his record, few subs, and it's like he just couldn't do anything to him. He has much more MMA experience. It doesn't say how old he is on here, and I don't remember, but like, yeah, I don't know. He looked good in it, so that's why I'm saying, like, if any time is the time, it's now. So, like, that one I wasn't too mad about, especially with all the kickboxing experience behind it, you know?
Yeah. And it's, like, exactly, 185, it's, you know, we already got so many kickboxers, heavy. It's really not that hard to, like, matchmake him into good spots, you know?
Exactly.
Like,
that's not someone who got a contract that I'm worried about them, so that's why I'm just like, I don't really care about that one. It's I don't see you making it to the top, but I'm sure you can have a good little run, and...
Yeah, it's like, unless you give him, like, dominant grapplers, you know what I mean? Like, if fucking ends up working his way into the rankings and fights like Brendan Allen or something, you know, then it's like...
Yeah, it's like, all right, here's the way... Here's your first 3 opponents. It's going to be Paul Craig, Andre Muniz... Like, just start, just start listing all the grapplers, and just be like, "Damn, UFC, what the fuck?" You could have thrown him on with like Chris Curtis or something.
No.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, real quick, like, did you guys see like the show with Chris Curtis and fucking Ian Gary, like the footage?
Yeah. I saw that.
They were fucking sparring.
I sent that into the
and I forget what Ian Gary landed, but like Chris was like, I separated my ribs, and then like Ian was just like, you know, like, and then fucking like after like a second, Chris was like, no, I'm good, like, let's fucking go, and he's just like, bro, like, stop, like,
stop, it's fine.
Like, yeah,
like, I know you have 8 weeks, but this is the time when it's gonna like this, like, resting right now when you're injured is gonna be what helps get you past this. You know, higher into the top 15 to the championship and all this stuff. Yeah. It's like, how is Ian the one who knows this, being the prospect, and you're the vet?
Because it's just, honestly, some people just can't help it. It's just who they fucking are. Like, you know,
fighters and athletes, I feel like just, that's a clear difference between them.
No, yeah, exactly. Because like, I just understand like that, where it's like, okay, it hurts, but like, I can push through it. It's not a debilitating pain, so that means I'm fine. Like, I understand that, and it's like some people just have those different mindsets, and like they just can't get it through their head that just because it's not debilitating doesn't mean it won't be if you don't rest. And it's like, no, exactly. I know that, but I know that I'll still do things like that. You know what I mean? It's just like, and for someone like him, who's actually in like a fucking spotlight, has a fight coming up, if that's his mindset, which it clearly is.
Dude got headbutted twice in a row, and he's like, let's run back another fight real quick.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So
you got a point.
Like,
he ain't that. Yeah, like, he's not.
I was about to say.
He's a fighter. He's just trying to scrap. He's trying to make money. Yeah. He's not thinking about the smartest way to get to the top. He's not like Ian Gary planning out his future to the championship. You know, like, it's
exactly. Yeah. You also can't like help but think like, oh yeah, this is also the same dude who's like best friends with Sean Strickland and has a podcast with Strickland. He's obviously not in the right mindset.
No, he is in a right mindset. That's why he does have a podcast with Sean Strickland.
Right.
You know, you're fair enough, but
he's got to keep him sane a little bit throughout, you know?
I haven't watched it, but I doubt that's happening.
That's Contender Series. Some decent fights on it, but really just the fact of, the 5 contracts. It was like a what the fuck at the end, you know? It's...
Yeah.
That was definitely not the way that we wanted to lead into another episode of TUF, episode 11. At least we're almost there, right? One more to go.
It's just so funny to me how they have nothing for TUF. Like, literally the whole episode was the coaches challenge, weigh-ins, fight. I mean, the fight was good.
Yeah,
that was the fight was
good.
Okay, but, so before the fight, no, you're good. The coaches challenge.
Zane is mad.
Yes, he was
easy as piss.
That shit was really funny to see him just like, the fucking production crew, like, this is disgusting, terrible, never will it happen again.
I mean, they out here trying to give the coaches hypothermia. Like, that shit is crazy. In 39 degree fucking like temperature weather. Water. And you know, it's damn near freezing. They're sitting in it for like 30 plus minutes. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Connor with the easy ass questions.
Yeah, bro, when they fucking pulled up to the final round, because it was funny, you know, watching, I'm just like trying to answer through them, and then they like basically skip through the whole second one, and I'm just
I know, I was pissed too, because I was on a streak. The first one completely got all of them right. Did not miss a single one.
I think I missed 1 or 2 of them at the end, but I am pretty sure I would have had more points than both of the coaches.
Yes. By the end of the one where it's about TUF, the only one I had gotten wrong was who was the first female TUF winner. I forgot Pena was the
because when it said TUF champion, just in my head, I just like instantly thought of like person that was on TUF and then was a UFC champ. Like that was just like, I don't know, that like that's just where
my first thought was like Esparza. Yeah, exactly. So and then I got the TKO question wrong for Chandler, how many he had, because I couldn't remember if it was 11 or 13. But those were the only two I got wrong.
But then, yeah, it was just like the fucking first couple for Connor. It was just like, what's fucking Chandler's MMA record? Is it like 11-2? Oh yeah, like 0-28, or then it was like, yeah, his real record. And it's like, bro, what? Like even if you had no idea of his record, like it was so easy to guess. And then it was just like, what fucking year was Connor fucking fighter of the year or some shit, or like.
Oh, yeah, and then the answers were like 2000, the real answer of what, 2015, 2016, something
2013,
like
I think it was.
2013, and then like 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, bro, some of these questions
were easy. Then somewhere a bit, I do love that Bruce had to ask about when did Habib sub Connor?
Yeah, that's
what we're in front of Connor, and Connor's just sitting there, like, he was like, kind of like gritting his teeth, because he was trying to say something, but he's like, motherfucker. Like,
my favorite part about all of that, though, like the coach's challenge, was Broof announcing it's bath time.
It's bath time.
As he walks away, as Connor won, and the rich get richer. Just keeps going.
Oh man, but yeah. So the coach's challenge was definitely fun. I don't know why it took him fucking so goddamn long in the season to fucking show it, but yeah. And then we got the fight. Kurt Holloway versus Jason Knight. Man, I was hoping my boy Jason could get it done, but holy fuck.
Kurt just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah,
beat up.
Bro, just the 1-2s all day long were there.
Yep.
Like it was like he didn't see any of them coming at all. Like it just
and that right hand was nasty. It's just landing every time. Like
and because of them having no corners, like no sound, and just the sounds of the shots was all that you like heard throughout. And that
Jason only 30 years old, but with the scar tissue of a 50-year-old like man
Nate
who's
Diaz.
Been beat up.
It's like Nate and Nick Diaz fucking fused, and the amount of scar tissue.
Like,
yeah, good shit for Kurt. That was definitely real nice when when they were showing him like on the call, and as soon as he gets on the call with his wife, they both just start crying. I'm like, oh, he's losing this, but
no, it was so wholesome though.
No,
like,
it was.
It was.
I was like, oh, that family loves each other.
But yeah, good shit for Kurt though, and fuck who? Yeah, now he's fighting Austin Hubbard in the finale.
Yep.
So we shall see how that plays out. But let's go. Only one episode left.
Thank God.
Yeah, I'm over it.
It's so funny because like, and I'd be thinking this every single week about how I'm not excited, but I'm like, I'm still gonna watch it. So I don't feel right actually talking so much shit about it, because it's like we really just sat here through 11 weeks of it and proceeded to watch every single episode.
I mean, to be fair, with the podcast, we kind of feel like we have to talk about it. So we kind of have to watch it. I mean, it's so easy to just catch
highlights of the fight and be like, this happened.
Mainly because
but we sat here and watched an hour of it.
We've been watching the bonus footage.
That's the
I know, right?
Usually,
but that's the thing.
It's been dog shit the past 2 weeks, but
nothing is happening in the house at all.
Not even a little bit.
Through the past 11 weeks.
Literally,
the closest we got was like,
and find out what's going on.
The closest we got was like, what, week 2 or something, with like Roosevelt and that one bantamweight dude on Connor's team, like talking a little bit of shit to each other, but that was it.
Yeah, they simply just stopped showing how shit after a few episodes. Like,
but
because nothing was happening. Like, that's the thing. I think they just kind of all were like, yeah, we're here.
TUF 31, man. You know, his I don't got to see the last episode to overall rating of the season, like a 2.
I was gonna give it a 2.
Yeah, I was about to say. Is it bottom 5 TUF season?
This might be the worst one.
For sure.
That's what I thought.
If we're talking
last
about
season was better.
Yeah, like if we had to like go back and rewatch a season, I'm rewatching Amanda Juliana. Like I will rewatch fucking Volk Ortega. I will rewatch DC Stipe. Like all of these seasons I will rewatch before this one. Like this is
I will never rewatch this one.
Yeah, like that.
No, there's no reason to rewatch the episodes.
I mean, yeah.
The only reason to like watch anything off this is for some of the fights, like, and even then that there's not a lot of the fights. There are some like KOs I'd rewatch, but like that's about it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even do that.
last 2 fights, I feel like were pretty, were the best ones.
This last fight is the best one too, but even then, it's like, I don't know, Kurt Hallabau, Jason Knight. It's like I don't care enough to fucking rewatch. Like,
we'll rewatch this when Jason goes back to BKFC and we're doing fight prep for him, right? Let's go.
Have we ever done fight prep for a fighter now? Well, I mean, we've done it a few times, but we're gonna do it for Jason Knight and BKFC. Come on.
Hell yeah! When it's fucking him versus Mike Perry, that is what it is.
Okay. Him versus Mike Perry too.
He never fought.
I thought they did.
Nah, there ain't no way.
No, Artem.
Yeah. They fought twice, so that'd be a trilogy. Let's go. Come on, you can't fucking beat me on BKFC knowledge, brother. I've been watching that shit since the golden days. 2018, BKFC 1, when they were in fucking nowhere, and like their first fucking 3 out of like their 7 events were in Mexico.
But I mean, shit, while we're here talking about BKFC, we might as well just go into fight news and start with that.
BKFC. I didn't throw it up on here, but it was like there's 2 things to kind of mention.
Oh, okay.
The first real one to mention, though, these motherfuckers got themselves a unified rule set for the United States of America.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
So fucking amazing. I love that.
So that means they can fight in all 50 states, I'm gonna assume?
I would believe so. As long as the athletic commission of that state ratifies them and accepts those rules, they can. I believe. But this could be different because this is under, I believe, the boxing commission, which does not really...
Yeah, it's like ABC, right?
Which I think overrules the athletic commissions. I could be wrong. Yeah, the Association of Boxing Commissioners voted to approve unified rules for bare-knuckle fighting in the United States on Wednesday, August 2nd.
That's beautiful, man.
So, I'm hoping they're going to be able to fight in all 50 states.
Even if they're not, that's still just such a big step for them, it is.
100%.
I just love that they're fucking, slowly working up and, actually, at the point now, it's, when they have a fucking major event, if the UFC or, whatever other card, isn't, at least, a 6 or a 7, BKFC's outshining them. You know what I mean? That's crazy that we have actually had BKFC events outshine actual UFC and other combat sports events. Fucking Dave Feldman, and the last one in Denver, just talking about how he fucking put 2 mortgages on his house to fucking pay the fighters and do everything for that. Dude's fucking putting it on the line. I feel like the fighters see that, they respect it, and man, they
yeah, they love him. Are you kidding me? Because he's even with just saying that, like you said, just putting everything on the line for this, for the fighters, for just everything to make sure that it works out. It's how could you not respect that? And I just love seeing the payoff because it's great. I don't know, it's so much fun, and I would take this over regular boxing any day of the fucking week. It's just, it's great. I don't know.
Give me some fucking BKFC prelims over fucking real boxing prelims. Literally, any fucking day. That is not even.
And it's let this shit get bigger. And it's obviously with it being bare knuckle boxing, they're taking much more damage. So I even love that for them in that sense, where it's with them getting bigger, they'll get better benefits out of it too. You know what I mean? It should just be much better for the fighters at the end of the day.
And with it being boxing, just having much more rights in it, it'll just they'll have I'm pretty sure in certain states, I'm pretty sure have are set things up for as I think California started to set it up for MMA, where it's when fighter, I think if you have certain amount of fights in in that state or whatever, and you retire, then they have a set of money to kind of help with whatever shit, health benefits, stuff like that.
We talked about that a minute ago. I'm trying to remember the details.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure boxing just has more shit for that kind of stuff,
which is good. But I mean, either way, it's usually with I don't know. I feel like a guy that's willing to take out mortgages on his house to pay his fighters, I don't see him doing them dirty in the long run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that greed can change people. I know money can change people, so you never know. It wouldn't surprise me because you can't just put people on pedestals. They're still people, but at the just seemingly it just I could just see him taking care of his fighters.
No, for sure. And And that's where it's hard because, like, yeah, you know, end of the day, he's a promoter, you know, so it's like shit. Even with like the Francis shit, you know, just throwing his shade and talking his shit, you know, and it's just like, like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, if Francis wasn't asking for much, you just could not afford that, bro. like that, like, he's getting so much money. Like, get the fuck out. Like, yeah, that shit was so crazy for him to say. Like, Francis, like, who the fuck is this guy?
Dude, Francis was never going to fight for BKFC. I don't see, like, unless it was literally, like, nowhere was going to even listen to his list, like, or even compromise to some of it, like.
Yeah, nah.
Damn.
But, hell yeah. BKFC, good play for them. And, I mean, someone that is fighting in BKFC and just signed a new deal, motherfucking Mike Perry. Got himself a new multi-fight deal. Makes sense. I feel like he's gonna be the real star of that promomission for a bit.
I feel like he already is, and that's just where he belongs. I don't know, like,
it fits him.
It feels right.
Because first of all, he needed the simplification of just boxing, and he is just the perfect embodiment of bare knuckle. I don't know. It's where he belongs.
About to say, like, this works perfectly for Mike Perry. It just, like, he felt like that just street fighter who somehow made it into the UFC and just...
And now he gets to be a professional street boxer.
Exactly.
You know, like...
Exactly.
No gloves, baby. Shoes on.
And just his personality and the general BKFC fan that you were to think, you know, like, it's perfect for him.
Yeah.
Like, that he's at home.
Yes.
The picture of him shit talking McGregor while McGregor's in the ring with the BKFC belt around his shoulder is still just the funniest thing. Like, what fucking multiverse bullshit happened here for this to happen?
Yeah, man, I don't. That shit was awesome, but yeah, good shit for BKFC though. Hopefully, more bigger and bigger things for them on the rise and on the horizon. So let's go. But now into the real hefty shit, the meaty shit. You know what's the meatiest shit of them all on this?
Mr. Krabs' claws.
Sean Strickland's personality. Because this man earned himself a motherfucking shot at the title in Australia against motherfucking Izzy, the last style bender.
It's just really funny that, you know, you could say, like, he got his shot, and it was such a last resort pick.
Kate, he earned it. His 2-fight win streak this year over short notice filling in against Nasruddin Imavov.
Jimmy, I'm hyped.
And then a 1-0 fighter, you know, and fucking
it's just really
Abu's
funny.
coming in.
It's just really funny.
All I can say is I'm hyped for the press conference.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what this is.
That's about it. Like, what am I supposed to get hyped for? I'm sorry.
For
like,
Sean to obviously come in, take down Izzy, and sub him first round. What are you talking about?
Hold on, my phone died real quick. I got keep going.
Bro, if that
with the dead
fucking
phone. Boo.
If that shit fucking happens, I don't know what the fuck I'd do.
I will absolutely lose my shit if that happens.
Oh my god,
out of my chair. I got a lot to say.
The
None
UFC is
going
to lose their shit if this happens.
I'm losing my shit in a good way. I'm celebrating.
Yeah, we're like celebrating because, like, holy shit, what the fuck? Damn, what? It's like, holy shit, what the fuck?
I mean, it would be really sad for Izzy. That would suck. But, like...
No, yeah. Like you said, the last resort for this fight. They wanted, obviously, Dricus to do the short notice turnaround after beating Whitaker. Ain't happening. Too rough of a fight for him. Not ready for it. Which is fair, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then they wanted to do Yuri versus fucking Alex Bejeda for the fucking vacant 205 title. Which is, it's a weird fight to put in the main event of Australia, but I mean, they already sold out everything, so it's not like they really needed to cater to it. Too quick of a turnaround, you know, for Alex, like, couldn't get that done and stuff too soon for both of them. And then there was talks of, maybe we get Jared Cannonier up in here, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
just Izzy was just like, no, I want Sean Strickland, give me him. And then there's like, fine, we go to Strickland, and then dude doesn't have a visa.
Yeah. Well, dude wasn't sure if he could get out of the country with his priors and shit, so he's just like, I'll try.
It's only like certain places, like probably Canada would give him a hard time and shit, you know what I mean? But I don't think Australia gives you a hard time.
It depends on what your priors are. Like, if you have like, you could maybe have something that's like semi-violent, but if you have like gun charges or anything, they, I think, don't let you in the country.
Really? I mean, come on. What do they think you're going to do? Get a fucking gun on a plane and bring it to Australia?
Yeah. He's an American, Kate.
Yeah, but that's not happening.
Yeah, but like, most places, like, depending on what your record is, yeah, they won't let you in, but I
thought it was just Canada.
It just is what it is, but no. It's a lot of places.
But yeah.
I mean, shit, Australia's, like, government is kind of, like, because, like, they fucking banned Tyler, the Creator, for, like, a concert he did there.
They what? I'm sorry.
They banned Tyler, the Creator, for, like, he did a concert and then got banned from the country or something. Like...
That's hilarious.
And he didn't even do anything, like, that was actually bad. Like, he just... they banned, like, GTA, like, in terms of, like, video games. Like, actually, like, Australia's government's kind of pussy. I'm not even gonna lie.
They sound pretty pussy to me.
But yeah, I don't know how good the fight's gonna be. Press conference is gonna be absolutely amazing. So let's fucking go.
It's gonna be insane.
That's what I'm mainly hyped for.
Yeah. The true main event.
Yeah. Yep. But another champion who's gonna no longer be a champion, Vadim Nemkov in Bellator, 205 champ, vacating the title, moving up to heavyweight. Not expecting that.
Yeah, not at all.
Especially just the fact
that came out of nowhere.
Like, just straight up, nah, I'm done with 205. Like, I'm just gonna go to heavyweight.
Right,
like
just vacating, like, just, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe it was just, like, I don't know, his last fight, because I'm pretty sure his last one was against Corey, like, he defended the belt. Maybe just, like, you know, it being a harder fight, like, you know, then maybe it was just, like, harder weight cut, like, you know what I mean? Just, like, yeah, just not...
No, his last fight was Yoel.
It was Yoel.
Wasn't his fight Yoel?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, maybe just getting older, weight cut's getting harder type thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just at least surprising that he was just like, you know, not gonna at least retain the title going into like a heavyweight title fight or something, you know,
right. Like be double champ for half a second.
Yeah, that makes sense. But like, we could probably just get right into this because there's like not much to say. It's just kind of weird that he's doing that. But like with, you know, Bellator 300, it's got 4 title fights.
Yep.
One of them being the heavyweight title. This is also possibly their last event.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know, man. That's the thing with Bellator right now. Like, you know, obviously there's talks of PFL buying them, so we just...
Yep.
I feel like they're just kind of gonna give the fighters whatever fights, you know, that they kind of, like, can or require to until that just, you know, until they just ship them all over to PFL.
Yeah, which I think, like, yeah, like, if I remember right, when is Bellator 300? I'm trying to remember now.
You think that...
Well, 298's this weekend, so probably like 2-3 months away.
Alright, so the real reason why Vadim did that is because he knows that this is coming up, so he had to make the switch to 260, like to heavyweight sooner, so that he didn't look like he was scared of 205 at PFL, you know? So if he does it now, no one's gonna put the connections together, and he's just moving up, going to heavyweight, and then he's just dealing with the heavyweights at PFL, you know?
Yeah, he ain't trying to fuck with Impa, you know what I mean?
Not trying to fuck with Impa.
But yeah, no, October 7th is when Bellator 300 would be.
You said what, October 7th?
October 7th. So right before the end of the year. If they're going to announce a merger, I would assume it'd be before the end of the year, before at least the end of the fiscal quarter.
I'm sorry, bro. There's a fucking bug flying around in here. My cat sees it, and she's, like, clicking her fucking, like, tongue and, like, making crazy noises just staring at this thing. I have never heard a cat make that kind of a noise.
I've never seen a cat look like that.
I'm sorry, that was just hilarious, but... but yeah.
Repeat what you said.
But yeah, no, like... I honestly, like... Yeah, no, this is their last event. I could see it being in October, and just, like... Yeah, it's announced that, like, that next, like, maybe at, like, the fucking Bellator, not the PFL right after that, or like even like during just the last PFL of the year, like, yeah, we bought Bellator, bye.
Nah, yeah. But yeah, so who knows the future of Bellator, but either way, I'm excited for the fights that they, you know, will at least have lined up, and yeah, just see how all that shit plays out.
Yes.
Yep.
But we'll go back to our last bit of UFC news. Derek Lewis, after his last win, beautiful performance, announced that he was a free agent, but you know, it was like the moment of like, damn, he could go fight Francis, you know, like just all that. Yeah. But he was saying he wanted to stay in the UFC, and
he was like, I like the UFC.
Yeah. Quickly gets himself a new 8-fight deal, so
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
kind of what I expected.
Yeah, for sure. It's just crazy. Now, it's like, yeah, still just getting 8-fight deals out here. Like
that was my thing. I'm like, now if I was Lewis, I'm like looking at that contract like, my guy, I ain't fighting 8 more times.
I don't know. He might.
Derek's fighting 8 more times.
He might be.
But yeah,
he might be.
You know who else is gonna be fighting 8 more times though? Definitely Ian Gary.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got a fight coming up, and it was supposed to be Jeff Neal. Pulls out.
New Neal.
Yes, the original Neal that he called out for after his last win. Exactly, Neil Magny. But then I guess he probably forgot that Neal actually had a fight lined up at the time with Philip Rowe, and so he's just like, I actually meant Jeff Neal. I'll wear his mugshot on my t-shirt.
But Jeff gets hurt. Now we got Neil Magny.
It should be a good fight, though. I'm definitely excited. Yes. Yeah, if Ian could get a good win over Neal, then it's like, yeah, you're definitely like top 10 of that division. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. That's definitely like the line Neal makes. He is like perpetually number 10 or number 11 in that little like area, like 10 to 12. And it's like, yeah, you get past him, you're top 10.
Yeah. And then one little small thing that I have it here as news, but it's some shit that Dana said, so, you know, that could mean nothing at the end of the day.
That could literally mean anything.
But he was saying that Connor's just kind of, he likes to fuck with everyone, and that him versus Chandler, that's the fight that's happening. So we'll see about that, if that actually does happen.
When that happens.
But the biggest news for the UFC. I wish I could fucking knew, like, just a whole lot more about the entire situation and stuff to, like, explain more. But the UFC, because I know, like, they have the antitrust lawsuit going on, and it finally got approved for class certification. 1,200 fighters are eligible in that to sue the UFC. Yep. And this is just so big, because, you know, listening to Luke Thomas talk about it, he knows a lot more. You know, that's just a good person to listen to about this stuff. Twitter, John S. Nash is the one that fucking is going into all of this shit all the time. But Luke was talking about how, like, they could get upwards of $800 million, like, you know, in, like, potentially if, like, you know, they were to win and stuff. And it's like, man, $1 billion. It, like, you know, just even if all 1,200 fighters were to sue, which in all reality, a majority of them probably aren't.
I mean, it's fighters who competed in the UFC from 2010 to 2017.
Okay, so it is okay.
Also,
yeah. So it's like
No, sorry. I just wanted to correct Jimmy on one thing. They wouldn't have to sue. They would just be, because they're getting class certification, they would just have to file a claim.
Well, yeah, but
that's not, that doesn't like go through. That just is a verification of, do you apply for the class? Yes.
No, yeah, but if they want to be a part of it, you know what I mean? But, like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of fighters that, like, you know, like the UFC, whatever, that I just feel like, you know, that might not. But with, like, I didn't know that it was from 2010 to 2017 as the years.
Because, yeah, with that, it's like from 2010 to 2017. Majority of those fighters, unless it was like the young guys that came in towards like 2016, 2017, are older, cut, retired. Why wouldn't they take that large lump sum of fucking money? And then even the some people that are still fighting, it's like, I don't know. It's hard because it's like, yeah, some people like, like a Sam Alvey who loved the UFC and everything, and there's nothing wrong with fighter pay. But it's like, even him with not fighting anymore, you don't think he'll take that money? Or like the other fighters there who's like, oh, there's nothing wrong with it, but they're over here making whatever, and now they're offered fucking $800 million. Like,
no, yeah, and so that's the thing, because
I mean, not 800 million, but I mean like
because potential payout of 800,000. Yeah,
because doing the math, like if 1,200 fighters were a part of it, and if it was like $1 billion payout, then yeah, it's like 833 grand for every one of those fighters. Like that is an insane amount of money, and like that. With like that kind of money on the table, that's where it's like, a lot of these older fighters that didn't get nearly what they thought they were gonna, just feel shorted, whatever, or like, even if like they don't feel that way, but just need money because they're struggling and they're suffering with all of the consequences of fighting like afterwards, and it's just, that's gonna be big. But another thing also, of just listening to like Luke I'm sorry, where are you gonna go?
No, go ahead.
All right, because listening to Luke Thomas talk about it, apparently the judge was just extremely like on the side of just against the UFC, and like looking at these contracts, like he called it a straight out monopoly, like that he just straight up,
because that's what it is.
And one of the things that if they were to end up winning, a big change that could happen to UFC contracts is they would no longer be able to last more than 2 years. That just change it. Like that will just change the sport of MMA. Like every 2 years, fighters have the fucking opportunity to like go somewhere else and like look for bigger fights, better pay. Like the amount of extra movement that's gonna be able to happen between organizations like that. Yeah, that's gonna. Oh man, I don't know. I'm very much for that. That shit would be amazing.
Yeah, because it's like something like that would force the UFC to do better.
Yep.
Because you have someone like, like something like PFL, and we can use Shane Burgos for example, whose contract ran up, and the UFC, like Dana White said himself that he fucked up with that because he didn't offer him enough money. Shane got offered enough money at PFL and went straight over there. It's like, if your contract is up every 2 years and you have these other opportunities where you can make more, get treated better, why wouldn't you take it? So it's going to force the UFC to be better.
Exactly.
Because if they want to keep these guys, it's like, okay, how much is the PFL? And then they're going to have to start matching shit or doing better, like...
No, exactly.
Actually have real competition in like the fucking, in the space of MMA, like...
Yeah, because they won't be owning people's lives until they fucking finish out an 8-fight contract, a 12-fight contract.
Which it's an insane amount. I always I never understood that because I always was like, the contract should be like 4 fights.
Yeah, but
like realistically, they should be 4 fights.
Yeah, but
that's where it's like that predatory shit, especially for like a younger fighter, because you hear an 8-fight contract, a 10-fight contract, and you're like, oh, it's lit. I have a guaranteed 10 fights in here. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, to them, that sounds good. They're not even thinking about the way that they are now just tied in for that long. Like
10-fight 6-figure contract. It's like, shit, I can make 6 figures. Like
right, and it's like, think about how long 10 fights is.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you fight like Kevin Holland and getting that shit done in 2 years, shit.
Unless you Hauling Cowboy, Angela Hill, like
Lupe Godinez,
like you ain't getting that shit done real quick.
Yeah, nah. But yeah, so that. We'll see where that ship goes, how that plays out. But yeah, that could be some very big change. And the last little bit of news to wrap things up, we got some one championship news. Some shit that I'm excited for and was not expecting.
Yes.
Everybody in one calling out Jonathan Haggerty. Everybody.
Yes.
They all want that fight.
Yeah.
And the person that gets it
was the one person who didn't call him out.
One MMA bantamweight champion, Fabricio Andrade, looking to be a 2-sport champion. I'm so excited for this. This is gonna be so good.
Hell yeah, man! I'm definitely very high on Fabricio. He's a great fighter, still young as shit, tough as hell, and yeah, I definitely want to see him do good. So I think that's great.
So being person who has watched the least amount of one, right?
Uh-huh.
Is Fabricio Andrade's like Muay Thai up to snuff to be fighting for like the one Muay Thai championship? Is it that high level, or is it?
So
is this a bit of a mismatch?
That's
like,
the
what's
thing
going on here?
that like talking to Kate about it. You know, I think it was this morning actually, but like just being a bit nervous because it's like he got the win over John Lineker in the last one. He got a 4th round finish over him. He ate so many shots. Like he had to show his chin to display, like to get that kind of a win. And I'm just thinking, like, man, if John Lineker, who I'm pretty sure has like a 4-inch height and reach disadvantage compared to Jonathan Haggerty, if he's landing that much and that consistently on you, and now you're fighting the fucking kickboxing champ, you know, like,
yeah.
Or is he kickboxing champ or Muay Thai? He's Muay Thai. Sorry,
I thought it was Muay Thai. Yeah,
yeah. Sorry. I don't know. Like that could be a really rough fight.
The thing with the John Lineker fight, though, that like I will give Fabricio is 25 years old. He's 9-2, so his experience compared to John's is so minimal.
For sure.
John's been around for a while. He's tough as hell. It's like, I don't know, you know, like I understand why it might have been a harder fight compared to a Jonathan Haggerty who is 26 himself. He's only a year older, and I'm sorry, but Tapology doesn't give anything good on him. But
his kickboxing record is 25 fights, 21 wins, 4 losses.
Okay.
Yeah.
12 by knockout.
And so it's like, yeah, you know, not like as experienced as, but it's just like it's his sport, you know, like it's just his it's his more of his comfort zone, you know, compared to Fabricio. And so like,
yeah, but I don't know. That's Fabricio's thing though. Like a lot of his finishes are by knees, kicks, punches. You know, he has a few subs in there because it is MMA, but it's like he's definitely a striker, and like that's what I'm saying is, does fucking Haggerty have the power that John Lineker has? Like, can he handle the power that Fabricio has? Like, I think it's gonna be a good ass fight. I could for sure see Haggerty winning, but I think Fabricio got this.
Yeah, like it for sure. It's gonna be a good fight. Like I am so excited for that. That's gonna be great because it's like like that's the thing, you know, it's gonna be small gloves, just like, you know, in the MMA, like MMA, because that's what it do. One Muay Thai got the MMA gloves on,
because actually, like, before he came
like
to,
he's got a fucking
before
chin,
he came to MMA, he was in kickboxing and Muay Thai. His overall record 20-3.
Okay, shit, I didn't even fucking Well, shit, then I got a new lens on this fight, then, huh?
Like he was just MMA in one, but. Yeah, before that was his thing, so I don't know. I think he got this.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, yeah, it's going to be a good fight. Definitely excited to see. If he can become 2-sport champ, that's awesome. And then, yeah, last one, the fight that they were both calling for, and they both got it. Rodtang versus Superlick. Let's fucking go.
I mean, they both called for Jonathan Haggerty, but
yeah, but they also both wanted.
No, I know.
I know. Because it was like they both wanted Haggerty, but then everyone's just like, oh, but then, you know, like Rodtang and
Super. It's just funny because we were talking about, like, you know, and it's like, yeah, these two called out Haggerty first, and they were like, yeah, like, of course they'll fight each other, but
it's like, no, we'll both move up and go Muay, you know, 135 Muay Thai or 145 Muay Thai for them because bantamweight, but yeah, just. That's going to be a good fight. I'm definitely excited for that. And that's on one of their Friday Fights card, too. It's not even on Amazon. So they definitely stacked that one out with a very nice main event.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's going to wrap up all of the news we got. And that's going to wrap up the podcast. There's a good amount of stuff to talk about. I didn't think that we were going to end up going so long with it. It was good. But, you know, just more of the news and the other things.
Yeah.
But, so we'll see how the weekend plays out, and we'll catch you on the review for that. Peace out, everyone. As always, links in the description. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. You know, have a good one. Peace.